Welcome back to the show. So the Mets with another big extra inning win over the Nationals. Jose Iglesias got a big hit for the second, 10th inning in a row, and they keep rolling along. Now they're over 500. But, I was listening to Alan driving in, and I'm sure he was having a little fun, but I think he speaks for some, maybe some Yankee fans, but I'm usually the guy who says stuff like this, Peter. But Alan is disgusted that
why?
The whole Grimace thing is a thing, and the Met team on the field singing the OMG song.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm usually that guy. I don't even have a problem with it. What's the big deal? It's the entertainment industry. If their fan base likes Grimace, so what? Make a big deal of it. And they didn't sing during the game. They sang after the game. That's the only time that they're going to do it. I mean, one of their players actually has a decent song out that they've used as a rallying cry. Now, I had a problem with the Mets back in the 2000 World Series, having the Baja
let the dogs
men
out? Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was a joke. It was minor league to do that before a World Series game. You knew they were going to lose. But this I have no problem with at all. None. Do you? I don't want to hear from Met fans. Do you have a problem with it? It looks like it's fun. Kids like it. When the Yankees were there for the Subway Series, you had a lot of kids and some adults dressed up as Grimace. And the OMG thing, I think, is harmless and a nice rallying song.
Do we
the
have
big
the song?
deal? Do we have the song, Anthony? All right,
let's hear a taste. Here we go.
Oh my God, todo lo malo echado para allá. Oh my God, dame salud.
It's good.
No tengo nada.
And they have an OMG sign, Peter, that they hold up in the dugout when somebody does something great. Well, again, it's not Wall Street. It's not medical science. It's sports. It should be fun. So what if that's fun?
And by the way, for the record, I think, Michael, what it is like, it's because it's the Mets. It's because it's the Mets. I mean, the Blue Jays have their home run jacket, right?
Yep.
Different teams have their little silly thing that they do in the dugout or their rallying cry. I think it's just for Allen, at least what he's saying, from his vantage as a Yankee fan, I think he sees it as cornier and worse because it's the Mets than he would say about the Brewers or the Blue Jays or another team. Now, I think taking the Grimace thing too far, beyond it being sort of fun and maybe you sell little dolls and T-shirts for kids, maybe you don't want to run with that forever. But, I mean, listen, the fact of the matter is you had this cute little thing happen, and they've been an entirely different team since then. So who are you trying to please by getting away from it? I mean, with all due respect to Allen, can I say something, Michael?
Please.
I love Allen. I love, like a brother, I would say. Who gives a damn what he thinks?
But I don't think Allen is isolated in this because I've heard other people say the same thing. I don't think Don likes Grimace either. And I don't get what's the big deal.
Well, hold on. Don, so Allen has no say. He's not a Met fan. Don is a Met fan, but Don is like... Can we be honest about Don for a second? I don't even blame him for this. It's going to sound like I'm dissing him. I'm not. It's not blame. It's just a fact. He's a curmudgeon Mets fan. I mean, wouldn't we all agree that's fair?
I guess.
He's ready to blow the team up at every moment possible. And I don't knock him for that, but we have to be realistic. He's not exactly optimistic all the time. And he never has time for the Michigas. Don is not a Michigas fan. He does not like your nonsense. Your fun. That's not for him. So I don't know that he's the best example either. But I wonder if you're a real Mets fan who's at the stadium, do you really care? Are you enjoying it? I mean, they're winning games.
What's the biggest problem with baseball, Peter? That it doesn't appeal to young
fun
players
enough.
Or young kids. So if young kids are going to Citi Field and they're buying Grimace dolls or dress, isn't that what you want? So what if it's hokey? So what? And Michael, why would you have anything about the OMG song? It's great.
The only thing I'm complaining about is if you're doing hokey things and not winning. But the last time I checked, this team is now above 500. You're starting to dream a little bit. I mean, this is a great story. So I don't really, if I'm a Mets fan right now and I'm sitting there, winning games at the clip they're winning them at recently, I'm not complaining about whatever's been happening. It's been working.
Yeah. And you know what? They're 18-6 in the last 24. They pulled to within one game of the third wild card. And don't look now. they're within spitting distance of catching the Braves, and the Braves are not uncatchable. They don't have Spencer Strider. They don't have Ronald Acuna Jr. So, I mean, aim high. They're one game behind the Padres. They're 1.5 games behind the Cardinals, and they're 4 games behind the Braves. Go for it. Go for it. I don't think they're going to be. I mean, it's still a month to go, and maybe if they hit the skids, but they've got a really, really potent offense. The bullpen's a concern, and they're going to be one of many teams that's looking to improve their bullpen. But please, can we stop, judging the way they celebrate? What are they going to... Peter, what would the Met organization hang their hat on? That things really turned around after I did the game in London? I don't think that would be a big sell for Met fans. So let's go with Grimace.
But you're so popular among Met fans.
Yeah, I really am. They love me.